Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Fever, Sky coming up. WNBA season opener for both teams. There's always extra hype when they play. It's fireworks whenever these two teams meet up.
When you thought Caitlin Clark had already reached her full potential, there was a new behind-the-scenes video. The WNBA as a whole is buzzing like crazy after footage from the Indiana Fever practice was released.
Just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought it was freaking hilarious.
Fever shared this video, and you can see Caitlin Clark making a ridiculous shot from corner. So just yet another meme created by Caitlin Clark. This used to be associated with Michael Jordan. Now it's associated with Caitlin Clark because everyone who tries to guard Cece winds up doing this.
Caitlin is treating every practice minute as though it were Game 7 of the finals as the Fever prepare for a high-stakes matchup against the Chicago Sky. She is charging up and down the court with a laser-like focus that shouts, "I'm not just here to play, I'm here to dominate." And she is drilling fadeaways with pinpoint accuracy, tossing assists like a 10-year veteran. Between her incredible relationship with the Fever's newest additions, championship veterans like Natasha Howard, and those viral corner threes, it's a full-on flex. Sydney Cusson, Dana Bonner-Sophie Cunningham, and rookie Michaela Thompson all made it very evident. Caitlin Clark is getting ready to own the season, not simply get ready for it.
I don't know if the Sky have the horses to keep up with the Fever. We've seen variety of scoring around Caitlin Clark, so I think their firepower will be just too much.
Caitlin is aware that everyone is watching her every move, so rather than avoiding the attention, she is using it as fuel to turn the pressure into production. Her latest practice performances are incredible. We're talking about extreme discipline, execution, and intensity.
Indiana Fever posted this on their Twitter page today. They said that Caitlin Clark to Michaela Thompson connection. So it seems like they are excited about this rookie. I could actually see her eventually getting more playing time than Brianna Turner. They're going to need somebody like that who can run the floor, play defense, catch those passes from Caitlin Clark.
Michaela Thompson, 18 pick in the draft, came out balling. She was a steal in the draft. She's definitely looking like she is going to be a big part of the future.
So Michaela Thompson makes the final squad. Of course, Thompson has those physical attributes that you can't teach and brings a good attitude to the floor clearly as.
When the Fever moved their training to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Clark replied by using the arena as her own personal testing field in a single, quickly shared video. 100K views in a few hours. Fans have already dubbed it the Caitlin Shrug as Clark disappears from the corner with a buttery smoothness, appearing completely impenetrable and leaving her defender standing there with their hands on their heads, perplexed. It's humorous, recognizable, and evocative.
Caitlin Clark played a ton of minutes last year. There were some games that she didn't even sit out. She's going to play a significant amount of minutes, probably over 30 minutes a game at least, and she wants to.
And there was more than one lucky shot. The media staff for the Fever uploaded a number of videos, each more stunning than the last. Clark whipping without a look passes like a magician, catching defenders dozing off and tearing through drills with unrelenting enthusiasm. Her synergy with rookie Michaela Thompson on one breakaway was particularly noteworthy. The smoothness of Caitlin's laser pass gave supporters the impression that they had been playing together for years.
Looked like some footage has emerged of Caitlin Clark going off in practice. Come on. Fever currently got a couple injuries on the team. We got Sophie Cunningham, who's dealing with injury. We got Dantas, who's dealing with injury. That is not stopping from releasing some dope content. Yes, they're letting us know how sharp Caitlin Clark.
The message is clear and loud. Caitlin is a whole person, not simply a shooter. The core of this Indiana team is a playmaker, leader, and catalyst, and they are already beginning to beat in time with her. However, Clark's mindset was what truly made an impression. You can tell that this isn't just practice for her. It's the precursor to a battle, and that war is coming in the form of Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. There was no drama, no showboating, just pure hustle and focus.
Caitlin Clark is shooting further than she was. She's further. I didn't think that was possible, but she's doing that, and she's also got her teammates. Leah Boston's with her, Kelsey Mitchell's with her. There's some new faces: DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, both WNBA champions. Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, another WNBA champion, and also veteran.
Clark didn't just train like a machine, making appearances at events, but that didn't stop her from going back to the gym before dawn. For her, this isn't about hype, it's about legacy. She wants to lead this franchise, which requires preparation that goes beyond the fundamentals. Most sophomores slow down after their rookie season, but Caitlin hit the accelerator, according to team insiders. According to a summer ESPN deep dive, Clark wasn't playing around. Instead, she concentrated on fortifying her physique, increasing her explosiveness, and avoiding injuries. It was strategy more than vanity because Clark is aware of how physically demanding the league is, and she is getting ready for the grind.
Lexi Holmes also quoted Caitlin has a different aura going into this season. It revealed that she was taking creatine. That's why you see that brolic frame from Caitlin Clark.
When we fast forward to the leaked video, the results are unmistakable. She is stronger, faster, and more balanced than ever before. Whether she is launching high-difficulty fadeaways or coming off screens, she appears effortless, controlled, and totally in charge.
Do believe that the Sky will be much improved, and Fever coach Stephanie White talked about keeping them off the boards.
Caitlin Clark looked better than ever.
And the best part is yet to come. Angel Reese may be watching from the other side of the court, wondering why Caitlin Clark seems to own every viral moment. But her leadership is also blossoming. She's not just out there putting up numbers. She's also directing traffic, mentoring rookies, and motivating the entire team.
Sophie Cunningham didn't participate in the open portion of practice today, but she's putting up shots post-practice. It is still unclear if she will play in the Indiana Fever's season opener against the Chicago Sky. Yes, it's a season opener. They want to win their first game. And if there's anything that could aggravate her ankle anymore by playing her in this game, in a game that is probably going to be very physical, I honestly wouldn't mind if she sat out. I think the team can still win.
Again, it's a long season, so whatever the trainers tell me she's available to do, we'll work it in. Obviously, she's a huge part of what we do.
Not only is Caitlin Clark the preferred sport of the Indians, but she is also their unquestionable motor, heart, and brain. Her unwavering energy, unrivaled court vision, and the kind of leadership you rarely see in a rookie have taken this team from rebuilding to possibly heading to the championship, while other players concentrate on getting through their season. It's not just her deep shooting range that lights up highlight reels. Despite early injuries that have sidelined important contributors like Sophie Cunningham and Dyrus Dantas, Clark is already collaborating with General Manager Amber Cox and Head Coach Stephanie White to assemble veterans and mold the team's identity. This is not customary conduct and is a franchise centerpiece action. Clark has stepped up her game. Rather than using the setbacks as an excuse, she has elevated her role by bringing up the energy at every practice, leading her teammates with the assurance of an experienced veteran, and bringing an intensity that cannot be taught. She isn't just honing her jump shot, she is also setting the pace for the entire team.
We saw for the most part when Caitlin's not on the floor, Sophie seems to be that backup point guard, even though that's not her true position, but she did play backup point guard in college. Offense is just going to look a little bit different when Caitlin's not on the floor, but I don't expect her to be off the...
And let's face it, it's not just any game that has her this fired up. She has one specific date marked in red, the matchup against the Chicago Sky. This isn't just a game, though. It's a mission. A public statement that she's not in the league merely to rack up points or assists, but to take control. We all know what's fueling the hype, though, and let's cut the nonsense out of it. This rivalry is thinly veiled, stoked by social media conflicts and media headlines. It's not about Clark versus Reese, rather, it's about Clark running laps while Reese tries to keep up. Clark is creating a dynasty while Reese is laying bricks, and the reason there is so much talk about their collision is not that they are equals, but rather that Clark brings so much gravity to the court when the stakes are high. It's not about two players slamming into each other. Rather, it's about the league's future as it faces a loud but unproven opponent.
Isaiah Thomas, he is out here talking about Caitlin Clark and Tyrese Halliburton. And this is what he said. When he walked in, I thought he's walking in like Caitlin Clark. This is Caitlin Clark type of game. Spreading the floor right, shooting it from way out there. I think Halliburton is watching Caitlin. I see a lot of her game in his game right now. What I think is the craziest thing about this though, he's walking in like Caitlin Clark. That might be one of the craziest statements I have ever heard about an NBA.
Let's go back in time to provide some background. People have treated Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese like mirror images ever since their college championship matchup. But if we're being honest, they come from very different basketball worlds. Dropping logo threes like it's target practice is what Clark is all about. Ree, who thrives on hustling and is all elbows and rebounds, lacks the polish to match Clark's multifaceted genius, while Caitlin dazzles with incredible assists and crucial shots. Angel's primary highlight video is admirers pointing to fictitious rings and setbacks. Since both are at the center of two rebuilding franchises, this game becomes less of a resentment match and more of a testing ground, especially for Ree, who is still having trouble finding the range outside of 5 feet. Media and Twitter trolls have argued their every move as if it were an endless yin-yang battle, but let's not pretend they are on the same level.
Angel Reese, preseason, part 2, let's go!
What they say about layups, harder than nuclear physics. She's a point forward now, and nobody's more excited than opposing defenses. Time for the vintage underhand scoopity shot from 3 feet. Yep, there it is.
The storyline surrounding this game has been building for months, and when the schedule was released revealing this early season matchup, the excitement reached a fever-pitch Sky versus Fever Clark versus Ree. The college headlines have followed these players straight into the professional ranks, and while the players have tried their best to appear calm in interviews, it's clear that they both want to win, especially against each other. It's not just tension, it's electricity, and both Clark and Ree know deep down that this isn't just another matchup. It's a fight to set the tone of their sophomore seasons and possibly the plots of the league's next era.
McDonald's sponsoring the first ever fry cook in the WNBA. Bag work is off the dollar menu, man.
What is this junk?
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And most importantly, Mother Teresa, Mother Nature, and Mother 2. I'm watching because of me too. Did you know a croissant's most important ingredient is butter? Yes, butter. Butter. Oh my God.
For her part, she has already endured more physical abuse in her first year than most players do in half a season. She has been bumped, hacked, elbowed, and body-checked like she's trying out for a rugby team rather than a basketball roster, and while some skeptics wondered if she would crumble under the pressure, all she has done is stand taller, shoot sharper, and control the game like a chess master. Meanwhile, Ree continues to flex, bark, and crash the boards, but you can't flex your way to a jump shot, and with Camila Cardardoso now dominating inside for Chicago, Ree isn't even the most feared player in her own front court.
The roster is down to 11, and rookie Michaela Timpson gets that last spot.
Fever are set at 11 for now. It was pretty obvious they were going to keep Timpson. Fever only going into the season with 11 players. They're a versatile team. They can go bigger.
Caitlin Clark is going to have to play heavy minutes. You can tell the difference when she's in the game versus when she's not in the game. They don't play with the same speed.
Despite their height and physical prowess, the frontcourt duo of Ree and Cardoso is formidable against the Glass Fever coach. Stephanie White is aware of this and has made the rebound battle a top priority, but Caitlin isn't sleeping less. Instead, she's been studying film, developing her chemistry, and honing her moves for matches just like this. It's not about size. Rather, it's about skill, spacing, and intelligence. Clark isn't just prepared, she's waiting.
New head coach Tyler Marsh is busy installing a different vision for Chicago's offense. The Sky plan to use second-year power forward Angel Reese much differently than how she was deployed in her rookie season.
Despite their height and physical prowess, the frontcourt duo of Ree and Cardoso is formidable against the Glass Fever coach. Stephanie White is aware of this and has made the rebound battle a top priority, But Caitlin isn't sleeping less. Instead, she's been studying film, developing her chemistry, and honing her moves for matches just like this. It's not about size. Rather, it's about skill, spacing, and intelligence. Clark isn't just prepared, she's waiting.